أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon all of you. By the grace of Allah Almighty, as I said in our previous episode, we are talking about our God. We want to understand our God, the creator of the universe, the everlasting, the Jabbar, and then the Ghafur Rahim, and lot of attributes that we can find in the Holy Quran. He is the Allah that we want to understand about, because there are a lot of questions, there are a lot of misconceptions, misunderstandings regarding the existence of Allah Almighty, and this is becoming rampant in our societies. It is becoming rampant in the world that people are questioning the existence of Allah Almighty due to certain reason. For instance, I've already said, like, I don't see God, so for that being the case, I will not believe in Allah. So these are some of the questions that they raise, and we need to answer them. We need to start answering them, because Islam has given answers to every single question and every need of man. Islam has given a solution to that. The Holy Prophet Muhammad said, every sickness has a cure. It is now left to you whether you know the cure or not the cure, whether you deserve the cure or you don't deserve the cure. So for that being the case, without wasting much time, we will start the program with the recitation from the Holy Quran by calling our sister Aisha. Jaji, please give us the recitation before we start.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. Translation. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of the dawn, from the evil of that which he has created, and from the evil of the night when it overspreads, and from the evil of those who blow into knots to undo them, and from the evil of the envier when he envies.
Thank you very much for the recitation. We also had another attribute of Allah Almighty, that is Rabbil Falak. So the attribute of Rabb is very important. So we are asking protection from shaitan and from many things. That's Rabbil Falak, min sharri ma kalaka, and from the evil of everything that Allah Almighty has created. So because he is the one who created, and he is the one who has the solution to protect us. So that's why we are asking protection from him. So we will pick from where we stopped last time on the dialogue that was happening between these two or three children. So he says, then Salma was asked whether he have ever seen God. Then he said, no, I haven't seen God. Then Mary asked, you did not see God. How are you able to believe God exists since you did not see God? And nowadays we hear many people tell you this, right? And even some of the atheists, these are the reasons that they give. I say atheists are those people who say that God does not exist, because they will tell you that if God truly exists, then he would have been visible to us. We could have seen him physically, because that's what they believe in. And this is what science, sometimes some of the scientists, this is what they demonstrate. You understand? But we have top scientists who believe that God exists. But others are there, they believe that God didn't exist. So in fact, they went to the extent of fighting against God. For instance, we say Darwin is the one who talked about evolution, that human beings come from apes, It is not that Allah the Almighty created human beings separately, created apes separately. So he developed this principle. Those people don't believe in God. So they are in fact fighting against the existence of God. And many people are falling into trap, following this principle and going against Allah Almighty. They went to the extent, to a certain point, where they believe that God did not exist. If he had existed, people would have seen him, because they believe in their intellectuality. They believe in their knowledge. So then, before Salma could answer, then Barbara commented, say, well, I have seen pictures in books where God is shown as an old man with a long white beard, sitting on a cloud surrounded by angels. That's what sometimes some people think. It's an old man, as I was explaining. I said different religions have different ideas about God. Religions, almost all religions believe in the existence of God. So where the difference lies is, how do they perceive God? How do they believe about God? Do they believe God to be in the form of human being? Do they believe, as Muslims believe, that God does not look like anything and he is this powerful being that creates? You understand? There are also idol worshippers, which inshallah will come. Then he said, my friend Nita is a Hindu. Barbara was given example. He said, my friend by the name Nita was a Hindu, and I have seen pictures where God is shown as an elephant, in the form of elephant. Or sometimes a human figure with many arms, like Wala Yaghusa wa Ya'uka wa Nasra. You learn them, some of them. Sometimes you hear them. These are names of idols. And some of them were put in the form of ladies. Others are put in the form of, designed in the form of men. Others are designed in the form of horse. Others are designed in the form of cattle. These people believe in God, of course. But then they believe in God in a very different manner, like from that of Islam. Then he said, Mary said, our teacher told us that some ancient Egyptians worship cats, even. Others went to the extent of worshipping lions. Others went to the extent of worshipping fire. And still these people are existing. Like, you go to China, you go to Japan, those areas. You go to India, you see people who are worshipping fire, and different parts of the world. And these people believe this is their God. So you see how the concept of God is being demonstrated by different religions. Then turning towards Salma, she said, now tell us, what does your God look like? Then Salma is a Muslim. The answer she gave was, I don't think he looks like anything we know of. This is a verse of the Holy Quran in Surah. It says, Laisa kamithlihi shay'un wa huwa as-sami'ul basir. Wa huwa as-sami'un basir. He said, there is nothing that looks like God. God is the all-hearing and the all-seeing. This is our God. We don't think God like you are saying elephant, those people are saying. We don't believe like God is cat. We don't see God like fire. We don't see God in any form, like it has this structure, this and no. This is not our God as Muslims. So this is the answer. So if somebody tomorrow asks you, how does your God look like? Tell him or her that our God does not look like anything that you know of, because he have no similarity. We have decided he is independent, and walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad, and nothing absolutely look like God Almighty that we know of. This is the response that Salma gave. Then let us ask your mother. They objected. They said, no, God must look like something. Maybe you do not know. Just like children, the way they argue. So they rose towards their mother to ask this question. Then Salma said, that seems to be a good idea. Let's go to our mother. Then the girl went to Salma's mother and they greeted the mother. Then the mother looked at them and said, hello girls, have you stopped playing already? Then they say, no mother, we want to ask you some question about God. Then Salma said this, we want to ask you some question about God. Because others have described their God, and Salma also described God does not look like anything that we know of. So they did not accept this idea. They could not be convinced. There must be a shape, there must be a form that they believe God looks like. Maybe Salma did not understand. So they asked, then say, well, what do you want to know about God? Then Salma said, my friends are not sure about the existence of God. Salma and her friends. Salma told the mother, does God exist? And if he exists, what does he look like? These are the questions that they want to know. So then the mother said, before we proceed to the second question, how does he look like? Let us first tackle the question whether God exists. He said, a lot of people have wondered about the existence of God. Some totally deny his existence. Others say that he was once alive and now he is dead. These are all beliefs that people believe. He was alive before, very strong in the form of man, but now he is dead. That's why we are not hearing him talking. Even some Muslims today believe that God is mute. He did not talk because they believe God to be, you understand, a being sort of, or they do not believe God has power. Because if he was speaking yesterday, why not today? The only thing that can stop him from speaking maybe is either he's angry. If he's angry, he deal with his servant in the way that he deal with all the people that passed. You understand? And or it's either he is tired of the problem that people are doing. If you say God does not speak, or you say, I'm tired of these people, forget about them now. Just like sometimes some people disturb you to the extent, I'm tired. You try your best until you are tired, you cannot. I'm tired. Or because maybe he is old now. He cannot just run up and down with his people. These are the possibilities, of course, if you are saying that God cannot speak today when he was speaking yesterday. Then he said, according to Islam, we are talking now about our religion. You should know it. You are a Muslim and you should know, according to Islam, what is our belief. Is it the way they describe God, or is it the way Islam describes God? He said, God is the creator of the entire universe where we are living. That is God who created and everything in it. He is eternal and everlasting. He has no beginning and he will go forever. This is our God. It's not a God that they are saying is old man with a white beard sitting on a chair surrounded by angels. This is not the God we believe in. It's an eternal God and it's an everlasting God. He continues forever. He created everything. He knows whatever is going on. And he takes care of everything. And he's never old. He speaks as he was speaking. And he continued to see as he was seeing. His eyes have never got a single problem. But don't think it's the physical eye we are having. No. You understand? And he says, now the Holy Quran has set forth many excellent proof of the existence of God. In our episode, we talk about the exceptional quality of the Holy Quran. And one of the most key exceptional quality of the Holy Quran is proving the existence of Allah Almighty. Everything that is apart from that, if you cannot believe God exists, if the Quran cannot prove God exists, then what is the purpose of reading the Quran? Because we believe the Quran is from Allah Almighty. So if you don't believe in that Allah Almighty who revealed the Holy Quran, then what is the purpose of you reciting the Holy Quran? So that is why I understand this. I am reading the Holy Quran because I believe God sent this word to Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And I believe in God because I know God truly exists. If you don't believe in why are you reciting it? Why will you in fact follow it? Because you don't believe in the one who revealed it. So this is the God we believe in, who is an eternal, everlasting, self-sufficient, self-sustaining, independent. He depends not on single human being. Nothing other thing is dependent on. He did not have children, not a single human being born him. That is not the God that we believe in. And the Holy Quran says it is not for the sun to overtake the moon, nor can the night outstrip the day. All of them float smoothly in an orbit. So this is another proof. You are seeing every single day the sun and the moon. The sun rises from the east and sets from the west. Has this ever changed? Have you ever had in any single history that said that, oh, the sun was one time rising from west and now it is going from east? So why can't you not sit down and ask yourself, who is the one responsible for this? This is one proof. So tomorrow you meet with your friend and tell you that you don't see God, God does not exist, and where does it prove that? How does the Holy Quran prove it? You tell him that the sun is one proof. This is one out of thousands. The sun rises from the east and sets from the to the west, and this continues since time immemorial, and this is continuing. No changes have ever occurred. Who is behind this? Of course, the Creator, that is Allah Almighty. If you say no, others also can do it. Okay, now let's try it. Bring the sun from the west and to the east. Not a single human being has ever been able to do that, even Pharaoh. So thank you very much. This is what time allowed us. We come to the end of another episode. And in our next episode, we will continue narrating this story and giving a lot of proofs regarding the existence of Allah Almighty. I believe before we finish, we will have a lot of evidence that when we sit tomorrow in the midst of our friends, we will be able to tell them that God exists, and we prove it without showing them God physical with our eye. Thank you very much. Viewers, this is what time allowed us. We have come to the end of another episode. We were talking about the existence of Allah Almighty, and we have started giving the proofs from the Holy Quran. One of the proofs we said, it is the rising of the sun from the east to the west, and not a single other creature that have ever been able to take the sun from the west to the east. And this will continue. That is, for that being the case, there must be the Creator behind all this, understand, harmonious flow from the sun, of the sun from the east to the west. Thank you very much. Until you come on your way here in MTA International Gambia Studio, I was your host, Said Sambaso. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.